Hi guys, Josh from TT101. Today I came into work on my day off because a gentleman actually dropped off some guns that he wanted me to clean for him. I'll get into those in a second, but today I figured I'd do a video on what I like to use for gun cleaning, as far as the supplies that I use and the tools and tricks that I've found work best for gun cleaning, as I can clean a gun very fast given that I use these methods. So you guys stay tuned for an interesting video, and if you can see in the background right here, got a whole bunch of tannerite. And you guys can look forward to a very, very interesting video involving all of that right there in the very near future. So, alright guys, so I figured I'd show you guys the guns that I'm going to be cleaning today. There's 5 of them in total. The first one is a Colt Police Positive. This is a very, very, very expensive, nice gun. These have really jumped up in price over the years, given that Colt really doesn't make revolvers anymore. They just make single-action revolvers that are over $1,000 that are new production. This one in particular has the pearl grips added to it. The grips were actually loose, so I had to tighten them up with my Wheeler gunsmithing tool set here. That's just like all the drivers and things that you would need on a weapon, which that thing really comes in handy quite a bit, I could tell you that. Now the other gun, well, handgun that is going to be this old Smith & Wesson 44 Special. This is an extremely clean gun as well. All these guns that he has were very well taken care of. It appears that he didn't shoot them often at all, but they are dirty on the inside and they definitely need some extensive cleaning that you really can't see through the camera right now, unfortunately. And then he also has a Remington Model 1100. Very nice shotgun. Again, the wood is in perfect condition, was barely used, but I guess he stored this thing improperly, and there's a lot of surface rust on the barrel and the receiver. So I'm actually going to try out a few tricks that I learned to potentially be able to take all that off, I hope, without damaging it. I'm going to try it in a very small area first. And that brings up a good point. If you ever are trying to do something, do it in a small spot so you don't actually screw up anything more than it already is. And then, which I find to be the coolest out of all of these, because I'm very much a history buff, when it comes to firearms that were used in world conflicts. And this is a Springfield 1903. Unfortunately, it was sporterized at some point, but this was the gentleman's dad's service rifle, which I found to be pretty cool. And let's see if I can get this to focus, but if you look at the top of the receiver here, you can see the U.S. Rock Island Arsenal Model 1903. Now that is just really cool if you ask me. It did have a very nice peep sight added to it at some point. You can see that on the back there. I hope it's coming into frame. And then it has a different front sight post on the front. And the last gun that I'm going to be cleaning is an older 44 caliber, that is, black powder rifle. And this doesn't really float my boat so much, but it's still cool nonetheless. I found it to be pretty interesting that it has a compartment on the side here. Doesn't close up all the way or snap in, so I don't know how usable that is or what it would be used for. Maybe for percussion caps, because this is a flintlock design, as you can see there. Disarm the gun here. So that's going to do it for the guns that I'm going to be cleaning today. Now, to the products that I like to use, I really love CLP for more of the modern firearms. I'm actually going to be using that on the 1100 over there. It won't hurt it. Not that it would hurt some of these older guns, but this ballistol that I have right here was actually designed for the German military in World War I. And if it was good on guns of that time period, I don't see why it would be any different nowadays working on older firearms that are worth a lot of money, like this Colt here and the Smith & Wesson and that Springfield 1903. So I will be using the ballistol on all 3 of those weapons, and and also on the 44 caliber black powder rifle. Man, I keep drawing a blank when it comes to that one. And then what I find to be actually extremely useful as well is a box of Q-tips. You would not believe how useful that these come in when you're getting into those really tight, hard to get in places, especially on a semi-automatic handgun. When you're working with the rail section, you can just get that guy in there and clean it right out, which is really nice. And then also, I like to have a rem cloth. These are really nice. These are machine washable, so you can throw it right in the washing machine and it'll be just fine. And also, I like these Birchwood Casey gun and reel silicone cloths. I'm not too sure if you can actually wash these, but I don't see why not. But those are really nice to have too. And when I'm all done cleaning up guns, especially like this shiny Colt here, I'm going to wipe her down and then just put her back in her case, and I'm not going to touch it anymore, so then it looks nice and pearly and shiny for the customer when he comes back to pick these up. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the bore snake. Bore snakes are probably the best invention I've ever found for gun cleaning. I hate cleaning the barrel. The barrel is the most irritating part to clean. I hate using cleaning rods. They just get annoying, and I feel like I'm damaging the gun if you're not doing it right, because you could be bouncing all over the place and on the crown of your barrel, and you really don't want to mess up the crown on a gun. That's where you're going to lose all your accuracy then, and that's just no good if you ask me. So bore snakes are definitely there for the win. And if you wanted to purchase the bore snakes, the Balisol, I don't know if COP is on Amazon, but I'll figure that out. And I think this Wheeler kit, this thing is really handy too. I don't know if I said that earlier, kind of been rambling now, but I will put links, product links to all of these in the description of this video. If you guys wanted to check that out and maybe purchase those to help to support the channel, I would really appreciate that. And I think that's really going to end it today, guys. I'm not going to really show you guys how I clean the guns. I kind of went over the products that I use, but it's pretty simple and straightforward when it comes to cleaning firearms. Oh, and one more thing. I would like to know how often you guys clean your guns. I clean my guns in particular every time after I go shoot. That's just my own personal preference when I clean my firearms. I really love to have them in fantastic condition when I go to the range to go shoot, or the farm, that is, because I don't go to ranges. I just go shoot at the farm. But yeah, I'd like to hear about how often you guys clean your firearms, and that's going to really end it today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you guys can stay tuned for more interesting videos.